And welcome back to Washington Post Live. Back in 2001, when Santino Quaranta was drafted by D.C. United, he was the hometown kid from Baltimore. Came in, success came upon him almost immediately. And then things started to go wrong. So wrong, in fact, that he found himself nearly out of the league earlier this year before a trial with D.C. United brought him back to the black and red. And Santino Quaranta joins us now on the set of Washington Post Live. Santino, welcome back. First of all, I know a lot of people are happy to have you back, but nobody's probably happier than you to be back.
It's very nice to be back in the area. Being from Baltimore and being drafted by D.C., obviously, you know, it's my home. That's where I love to be.
Do you recognize the person you were at 16?
I do and I don't. It's been a long time, obviously, and there's been a lot of changes in my life and on and off the field. So it's I do and I don't.
Was the success you had, you scored goals almost immediately, you were playing well, did it serve as a curse as much as it was for a blessing?
It was it came to me very easy, and I worked hard but not hard enough, and it seemed to it was always there for the taking. And when it started to slip away a little bit, I started to realize that, you know, I had to make a change and I had to do things right, and it seemed to work out.
What happened? Did it come too easily, maybe?
I think so. I don't think I really appreciated things as much as I should have. Being 16, it's tough. It's a tough thing to deal with. And, you know, you live and you learn, so everything's good now.
Yeah, it's so interesting because D.C. United has a history. I mean, before you, there was Bobby Comby.
Mm-hmm.
After you, there was Freddie Adu. You played with both those guys, and you sort of witnessed it firsthand. Were you in any position either way to offer any sort of advice, or were you just doing your own thing?
I think I was doing my own thing at that point. You know, because with Freddie, he had so much hype, obviously, and with Bobby as well. So we came in, and there was high expectations for us, and we did all right with it.
What led to the downturn, do you think?
I just think it was more of the daily ins and outs of being a professional athlete. You know, I wasn't doing my job. I wasn't taking care of my body. I wasn't doing what it took to succeed on the field, and that stemmed from just not working and not taking suggestions from the veterans. And, you know, you seem to learn from all those mistakes, though. And, you know, I'm very grateful that it happened that way, because now I get a chance to, it's basically a second chance at life.
Yeah.
And you see both sides of it, and this is the better side.
If you were a young pop star or a young actor, would we have been seeing you in the tabloids? Was it that bad?
I think so, for sure. You would have, you know, it just things had to change, and it wasn't about the soccer. I think it was more about becoming a mature adult and doing what's right for your family, for your wife, for your daughter, and I'm doing those things now, and I'm very happy.
You know, a lot of people say, and I'd say, you know, having children, I had my first around the same time you and your wife had Olivia. Right. We talked about that years ago. Yeah. A lot of times that is what changes you, but it didn't change you at first, right?
It didn't. You know, I love my daughter with all my heart, and my wife as well, and you know, I was very grateful to have her, and it seemed like everything was going so well. And
I see you light up there.
Beautiful. She's beautiful. It's my world. And you know, and I look at that face and just makes me feel good. You know, and I'm very grateful.
Did she ever see you at your worst?
I think she did, and she was young. She was a little bit younger, but now the change and just seeing her every day and the feeling I get. Just in the daily things that we do, we have a tradition every night. We watch Shrek together before she goes to sleep, and just the little things like that, it turns you into a different person.
All right, and when did the change really start to occur? Because I imagine at some point there was a rock bottom when you realized, I better change or this is not going to change.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't really even about me being back on the soccer field. It was just about being accountable and being a better person, and being somebody that people can count on, and that's what I did, and I took responsibility for my actions, and taking suggestions was a big part of my life, and understanding I needed help from other people.
Yeah, from D.C. you get traded to L.A. Again, success almost comes too easily. You score right away, a game winner, the only goal of the game right away, but it didn't work out there. They send you to New York, where you basically weren't yourself.
That was the trend. I seemed to always get myself out of a bind, and you know, score a goal here and there, and then I'd buy myself 3 months or so of playing and doing well. And you know, it just got old, and the hard work, it wasn't there.
What exactly did you get caught up in a lifestyle?
I don't know if it was.
Was
really,
it on the field? Was it off the field?
It had to do with both. There's things in life that you take for granted and you don't do right, and I wasn't doing things right, to say the least. And you know, to see both sides of the spectrum it's an amazing thing, because you realize what's really important in life.
You know, you mentioned that you wanted to be someone that people can count on, but before that could happen, there had to be people that you could count on. Who was there?
You know, I have a great family. My mom and my dad, they do a lot, and they care for me. But most importantly, my wife. You know, to have somebody to always be there in the good and the bad times, it means a whole lot.
Was there like an intervention of sorts?
You know, it was me. You know, it was me having to find my way. People were trying to tell me from the age of 16 what I had to do. And I had to figure that out for myself. And a lot of people were guiding me in the right direction, but I wasn't doing the right thing. And to be able to find out for yourself, it's humbling.
Were you scared that life wouldn't be the same if you didn't change? Or if you did change, really?
I don't know if I was scared. I was, in January, I was petrified, not having a job and not being able to really fully support your family. It was a situation that I've never been in before. And so it's just, you know, hard work, and it all works out in the end if you do the right thing.
Obviously, your time with DC United didn't end the first time the way you wanted it to. How did you end up back with this team as a trialist?
I think that the amount of respect that I have for Kevin Payne, Dave Casper, as well as Tommy, you know, I kept in touch with Jaime and Ben Olsen, and we were friends all along, and they understood my situation and where I was, and Jaime thought that I deserved a second chance. And to Kevin Payne's credit, he brought me in, and I was able to reestablish myself, I guess.
You know, what's really interesting about your story, too, is that you mentioned how it almost came too easily sometimes. You come back with DC this year, you get on the field early, you're scoring, you're getting assists. Immediately you went back over to the supporters section, to the Bar Brava, and to the Screaming Eagles. Did you feel like you needed to make amends for something there?
You know, I don't know if it was an amends. I feel like I never really engaged in the whole DC United way. And our fans are the best in the league. And to be a part of something so special, it means a lot to me. And you know, there were some things that happened in the past, and they're great, and I can't say enough about them, how much they mean to our team, and they really are the backbone.
Would you say that you're the happiest you've ever been right now?
You know, when I am the happiest I've ever been on the family front, on the playing front, but I'm happy in my own skin, and it's not about pleasing everyone else like it was for me before. I feel like I can be comfortable with myself.
Lots happened in 23 years, huh?
A whole lot.
You feel a little bit older than that, maybe?
I do. I feel like an old man sometimes in training.
Well, you're out there giving it your all now. You're back in the starting 11 now with DC United, and hopefully this team will start picking it up again now.
We have the talent. We have the coach in place, and we just need to dig in and show some heart, and we'll be all right.
Well, Santino, thanks for coming on.
Thanks
so
much,
for doing
Russ.
this. Much appreciated. Best of luck to you.
I appreciate it.